Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club. We got a special guest today, huh? Mr. Jerry Sue is here.
Hi.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Hey, thank you for coming, dude.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Everything good?
Everything's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's good.
I feel like you're like rapping or something. You're holding your headphone like you know.
Oh, it's just kind of new for me. Don't usually have one of these on this size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earbuds? Are you an earbud person? Do you wear earbuds or do you just normally
I like earbuds.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't deal with this.
Do you have the Do you have the little Bluetooth ones that people are walking around with now?
Oh, those like booger things?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Every time I see one, I'm like, how is that a thing?
Yeah. Jerry Sue, man. What is going on?
Dude, nothing.
So many nothing.
I drove so fast to get here.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry because we ain't got shit to do.
When I realized that when I walked in, I was like, this is not something I needed to drive that fast to.
Do you just come from skating?
Yeah, we were skating this ditch, like where the 710 and the 105 meet. That it's got graffiti and a barrier.
Was that the one? I just saw Thrasher just posted it. You did the dark slide?
No, it's a different one. That's a
okay.
different one. That's Firestone.
That was gnarly, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks. That was a very emotional experience for me.
It's funny because when you post a skate clip, it's weird. I have to like double take on who's posting it.
No, I know. It gets a big response because I don't normally post skating.
I don't. Why is that, Jerry?
I don't know, because I just like I like how it's just photos, just weird photos. I just like that, and every once in a while I'll like try to promote something, or I don't know, I just try to keep it uniform. Or I don't know why. I really should post more because people really like it. So or some people.
People like you,
not
Jerry.
everybody.
People like your skateboarding.
Yes.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
Internet famous. It's a great name.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great screen name. Did you come up with that on your own or
all by myself?
All by
Yeah. A lot of people take it really literally, which I think is really funny.
It's one of those ones where you're like, God, I wish I thought of that. You know what I mean? I want to be internet famous. Will you switch with me?
Aren't you
Will
kind of
be
internet
Chris
famous?
Roberts and I'll be internet? No, you won't.
Well, we could talk about
For
it.
a day or something, maybe.
For a day?
Yeah, for a day.
Sure, you could.
Yeah.
You could. I'll rent it out.
How much?
How much you got?
Not much.
You've been selling a lot of shirts?
No.
Maybe we could work something out. Okay. Payment plan.
Oh, payment plan. Layaway. Well, let's get into it, Jerry. You've been, you grew up in San Jose, is that correct?
Yeah, I lived there for like 27 years or something.
27 years.
Yeah. I moved here when I was around that age.
27.
I think.
Okay.
Around there. Or 28 or no, maybe 28, 29, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stuck around.
Right. Why'd you move? Why'd you get out of there?
I was just unhappy there.
I mean,
let's just
be honest.
Yeah, no, it you know, like where you grow up is always awesome. It's always gonna be like a wonderful place filled with wonderful shit, but people, everything, family. But yeah, I just wake up every day and be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
And I didn't even know what I was feeling. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. But then I was coming here a lot just to hang out with friends, and then I just realized like, oh, like why don't I just do that?
Right.
And then I did, and I was immediately so much happier, more productive, everything. I don't know. Some people just need to do that.
Yeah,
They just need to get up and leave.
I agree.
Growing up in San Jose was awesome.
Why?
Because I grew up in the suburbs of San Jose, and it was just quiet, like just like a nice place.
Okay.
And then there was a lot of stuff to skate. There was like a strong skate scene there when I was growing up. So skating was never a problem.
Big skate scene, even when you first started skating. Is that how you got into it? Because there was a lot of skaters around. Or?
No, not really. Because even there was a skate scene there, and it was strong, but there weren't really that many skaters.
No.
Like I mean, this was like 1992, so skating was dead. Like skating was completely a bogus thing to do.
Okay.
So the day I started skating, my other friends started skating at the same day. It was like Christmas or something.
Okay.
And we were like the only skaters in our school, literally.
So you got a Christmas complete.
Yeah, I did.
What did you get?
I got well, that's actually a funny story. I told my parents I wanted to start skating, and they were just like, "What? Like you've been doing all this other stuff." Like they were buying me like a bike, and they would buy me like a guitar or whatever, just like stuff that I thought I would be into.
Yeah.
And they were just like throwing money away. And then I got the bright idea, like, oh, skating, like that. Yeah. I want to try that. And they were like, okay. And they took me to this local skate shop called Go Skate. and like we were looking around, and it was scary. Like,
Why?
Skate shops were scary back then. Well, they're just like a scary place. Like
It's intimidating, you know?
Yeah, it's intimidating for any kid that goes in there like not knowing how to put together a board.
Yeah, totally. Like you don't look like anybody. They're all 16 or 17, but they feel 30.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, at that age, and then they're all just looking at you like, oh, look at this clown. Look at this clown with his dad. You know, whatever. But I went in there, and when they told us what a price of a complete would be, which was like over $100.
Right.
My dad was just like, no, like,
Oh, seriously?
no way. You know, it's too much. And I was like kind of devastated. I was like, dude, what am I going to do? Like, I really want to do this. Because at that point, that was the first time I'd ever been in a skate shop. And looking around in a skate shop for the first time when you want to skate is like crazy.
I bet, yeah.
You know, what do you mean you bet? You know.
Yeah.
But,
He bought from Chico.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet you got a great deal.
Got a good deal. 20 from Chico, 10 from Gavin.
Nice. So he was just like, no way. And I was like, oh, God. But then I think he kind of took pity on me. And he's like, you know what? Like, maybe we could go to the local Safeway or something, and maybe there'll be a skateboard magazine there, and they'll probably have cheap ones in the back.
Oh.
And that was, you know what happened? Exactly that. Like, I was like, wow, I can't believe that you called that. But so we went to the Safeway.
He did his research.
Yeah, right. Thrasher, Javante Turner doing a heel flip at E&B. Great outfit.
Right.
And he's riding his the Smile in the Dark board.
Yeah.
And yellow NTS2 Airwalks.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, he looked great.
Yeah.
Always. But anyways, going to the back, California Skate Express ad, probably quarter page. Santa Cruz Everslick complete with Crux trucks, like riser pads. It had riser pads. You know, like nobody was riding that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was like $79.95. And he was like, we can do this. And I was like, okay. And it came, and it was like such a tank, like like it had like one extra ply, it was just huge.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, it was like, you know, small wheels. Everything was just small. And then like my friend, for his Christmas, he got a complete like Rick Howard Plan B board, like a legit board, like a board that like the older kids were riding.
Total.
And I was so jealous of it.
Here you have this shitty fucking back of the magazine board.
Will never
Right.
break.
So heavy, so crazy, and it only made skating harder for me.
Yeah.
You know, because it was so heavy and I was so small.
How old were you at the time?
I was just turning 12, or I had just turned 12.
Okay.
So like, yeah, 11, 12. It was around Christmas. I'm like, that's around my birthday. So
Okay.
What made you want to get a skateboard, though? You said out of nowhere you just wanted to start skating?
it wasn't out of nowhere. Actually, I kind of well, it was like during that time. It was funny. I was like an 11-year-old kid going through this like weird existential crisis, kind of, where I was just like, what am I? What do I want to be? At like such a young age, I was just like, you know, I want to like be something, or I didn't know what I wanted.
Okay.
But when I saw these skaters walking down the street who like lived up the street from me, who actually became my friends later on, but I saw them, and they just looked so cool to me. And they just had like dyed hair, big pants. They were carrying their boards, backpack, just the whole thing. And I was like, oh wow, like, and I was like on my BMX, and I would like pass them all the time. I'm like, wow, like those guys look so cool to me.
Right.
And to the rest of the world, they look like, you know, stupid or whatever. You know,
Goofy
like,
boys.
yeah, goofy boys, totally. Like back then, you know, skaters were not cool. So I saw that, and I was like, oh wow, like that looks really cool. And I started kind of like doing research a little bit, kind of like, you know, what's up with these people?
Size 38 pants.
Yeah, totally. And I just I just started like kind of like observing it more.
Okay.
You know, just trying to be like, oh, like what's up with these kids? You know, like, because everybody knew what skateboarding was. You know, Back to the Future, Gleaming the Cube, whatever. Like, you kind of have an idea, and also it's bad. You know, it's like a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. I was like kind of rebelling a lot at the time, or trying to. I don't know, but
Right.
that was part of it too. Like to do something like kind of bad.
Yeah. Maybe that's why your parents didn't want you to. They
Sure.
were kind of skateboarding.
Right. It's like dangerous, and you're just gonna make bad friends. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the Christmas complete, and I just felt like such a dork.
Oh.
And actually, it's a funny story. The day we got our boards, which might have been Christmas morning, we went to this local high school, Leland High School, and there was these red curbs there, so we were like trying to like learn how to skate, trying to board slide it or something, or I don't even know what. We were just learning how to push, actually. Board slide, that's That's definitely an exaggeration. But there's these red curbs. There were these red curbs in the parking lot, and on all the way in the distance across the parking lot were these 4 stairs, and these older guys started skating those stairs, and we were just like, whoa, like, you know, who could that be? And then they started skating towards us, and it was so far away that, like, you know, like in like westerns when they like zoom in really close to the horizon and someone's like walking toward, and there's like heat lines. Yeah. It was like that where they started skating towards. There was probably like 4 or 5 of them, and we were just like kind of like, wow, like, are these guys gonna beat us up and take our boards?
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, because we were just, you know, we were just little kids and trying to enter this world that we didn't have any idea how to navigate. And then they roll up, and it turned out to be Solomon Agah and his friends.
Whoa.
And I didn't know that at the time, obviously, because I'd literally started skating 50 minutes earlier. Like, he was really nice, but obviously like an intimidating person.
Okay.
You know, like we were just like, oh my God, like this is really scary. And he looked at my friend's board, the Rick Howard board, and he's like, what's that? What do you got there? And then, and not my board, of course. He looked at that thing and was just like, yeah,
Pass.
you know, hold on to that. But he did an ollie off a speed bump, and it was maybe like this high. You know, he's just like trying it.
Yeah.
And we were so blown away seeing that ollie, that like, you know, 1.5 foot ollie. We were just like,
was it
wow.
switch?
No. Well, I don't even remember. Maybe it was, but I remember just being like, whoa, like that was crazy. And I was like, at that point, I was like, whoa, I want to do this. You know what I mean? Right. I was just like, this is what I want to do. And a couple months later, the Henry Sanchez Thrasher came out with the cover. It's like American flag Thrasher font. I'm pretty sure it was that issue.
The quick grind?
He was doing a heel flip front nose slide. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But a couple months later, I opened up a Thrasher, and it was Solomon. He was at this park called Greer in Palo Alto, just olling the hip in it. And I was like, that's the dude. And it was because of the arm cast. He had an arm cast for like 2 years straight or something. Yeah. And I know. And then when we saw him, I was like, wow, like, because it was like duct taped together. It looked so cool. He was so cool looking. But I was like, that's the guy. Oh my God. And that's when I learned pros were near us. You know, there was, you know, and I was just like, wow. And like Mike Crabtree or Jason Adams, they might have been in that crew too, but I didn't recognize them. But I was like, wow, like, you know, pros live here. People that are in this magazine live near us. Crazy. And so I was just like, wow, like just so in awe of everything that was going on around me. Yeah. And that was just day one.
We got a long way to go. Yeah. Wow. So no, that's incredible though. Wow. So that fueled the fire, right? You were stoked on it from then.
Yeah, I mean, even without that stuff, just riding the board was just so awesome. And like learning how to ollie, learning about tricks, learning about all that stuff. Because that took a long time, because I just looked at magazines and I hadn't even discovered videos yet. Oh. Like I didn't even have videos or had even seen one. Oh shit. Like I remember like the first video I ever saw was 4-in-1 number 3.
4-in-1 number 3?
Yeah.
How long until you were actually in 4-in-1?
17 episodes.
I don't know. Probably like
later.
15 issues later.
Kelly will answer that for you. He knows.
Right? That impressive. Yeah. But I also actually at the local Blockbuster there was this bargain bin of VHS tapes with no covers, and I remember going in there and they had Sick Boys, and I was like, "What's Sick Boys?" And there was like, I could tell it was skating. Okay. Or maybe I asked or something, but then I put that thing in, like, and that was like after I had seen contemporary skate videos. And I put that thing in and I was like, wow, like this is on another level amazing. I got to see like you know, something historical about the thing that I loved, which is awesome. You know, like if you're like a musician, like you're not just gonna listen to the music that is happening now. You want to learn all about what came before it. And so like that kind of started another thing where I started searching out like H Street videos and like just trying to find videos, but nothing really came of it, you know, because I had no access to those videos. I think I got like Hocus Pocus at a different video store, and then that Sick Boys, and then that was it. There was nothing, you know, and I didn't have any money to buy regular skate videos at the shop either, so the videos were few and far between. It's not till I met older skaters and they gave me like mixtapes of skateboard videos. that's when it really hit me that there was so much out there going on that I
Yeah.
didn't know about. I had no idea.
It's funny that you started at 401 issue 3 and then went back.
Yeah,
It's
I think it
amazing.
helped actually. It helped a lot with my like view of skating and just my taste and stuff to go back and like watch that stuff and to realize like, oh, like this is, and those were perfect videos for me to find too.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't have found better videos.
Right. You were essentially a 401 kid. You know?
Totally, man. Yeah, 4-in-1s were huge. Dude, these kids have no idea what it's like for
No.
that 4-in-1 to show up. And
Did you ever get a dun-da-da? You ever got a...
No, I never had one.
Storm Flip never made it.
No,
Why?
no.
He made it to the best of though.
Oh, the best of?
He had the best of part.
Yeah, I had a best of Wheels of Fortune.
The best of, yeah?
Yeah. Very
I love
embarrassing.
4-in-1s.
Embarrassing skits.
Is that the one where you climb in the van?
That's when I climbed the van, yeah. Yeah.
You got some sponsors on that trip, it looked like.
Yeah, I got hooked up.
What do you mean?
The skit was, I was on a Maple tour
Okay.
and like a cross country tour, and we had to film an intro for it. So we just filmed this intro where I'm like hitchhiking, get in.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the van like puts me on a sponsor.
You guys need an AM team?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to ride for Edward Sebastian? You're like, yeah, sure.
You always been doing little skits and stuff, like little intros to videos and shit like that.
Yeah, they've never been my
Little-
idea.
little
It's just
arm,
always been like
little-
the part of whoever's making the video.
Yeah.
It's always just been a part of that aesthetic, you know. I've never come up with any. None of those were my idea.
come
Who'd you grow up from, filming with?
Chris Avery was the first like kind of like, besides my friends, you know, my like kid friends.
Yeah.
Chris Avery was the first person that like really filmed me, and he filmed Mark Johnson.
Yeah.
I met some older guys in San Jose. I just ran into them somehow. We became friends because we were in the same neighborhood, and then they introduced us to Chris and Mark Johnson. They lived together.
Okay.
And yeah, that was like the kind of like the next step.
Was Mark already putting shaving cream all over his whole body, or did
He had-
always? Yeah.
He had already done that. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think that's when he lived in San Diego. That was like old
Like Rites of
footage.
Passage or something like that?
Yeah. Well, that footage was in 7 Steps to Heaven.
Yeah.
That's right, you're right, yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like when I met Mark, he had already that video part was like already done.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, so you were already old. Were you getting sponsored at this point too? Were you
Like let's see.
when you started filming with Chris Avery?
When I started filming Chris Avery, I wasn't sponsored
No.
yet.
Were you like aiming to get sponsored, or maybe, hey, I can send a sponsor me video to somebody?
Well, I actually had already made a sponsor me video, which was 25 minutes long.
Shut
Oh
up.
my god.
25 minutes.
Yeah. And I mean, when you're a little kid, you have no clue what to do.
What was
All
in
you
this?
really think is like, well, they should know about everything. They should literally know every single thing I'm capable of. And it's funny. I showed it to my friend Eric Olson, who was
Okay.
like, he was older than me, and he like knew people at the skate shop. He knew Mark and Chris. He like knew, he was like my gateway into like meeting older skaters. And I showed it to him, and he was just like, he looked at me and was just like, how long is this thing? And I told him I was like 25 minutes. And he's like, okay, like you can't do this. And I'm like, what? And I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't do it? Like, and there was like music to it.
Oh,
you know, there was probably like Forrest Gump soundtrack thing to it. You know what I mean? I couldn't understand it. And he told me a story. He's just like, listen, like because he wrote for Real for a second,
Okay.
and he was friends with Solomon Agat, and he told me that he saw Solomon put in sponsor me tapes, and if he didn't like the first 30 seconds, he would just take it out and
out.
just toss it.
Yeah,
Be like,
makes sense, right?
You know, that really put it into perspective for
Yeah.
me. Where I was just like, oh, okay. And he was just like 5 minutes tops, and I was like, all right.
Song or no song? Did you whittle it
And he
down?
was like, no music.
There you go.
No music,
There you go.
because like if the person watching it doesn't like the song, that's even more incentive for them to just take it out
Totally.
and stop watching.
Yeah.
And that's completely true.
So did you whittle down your sponsor me video to?
Well, what I did,
I mean-
basically I whittled it down, and then I was also filming new stuff with Chris, and also refilming stuff with him to make it look a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
So that was my sponsor me tape.
Did you have like a sponsor in mind at that point, or did you want to get on a certain brand?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I wanted to ride for the skate shop. This shop's called NC because like everybody rode for it. Like at that time, like Paul Sharp, Krishan, Mark, Sean Mandoli, like all the San Jose skaters rode for it. So I was like, oh, that's the shop I want to ride for. And they had like a strong scene going on. And so with that sponsor me tape, I got on that shop.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, free boards or just discounts?
I don't really remember actually. I just remember all like free clothes and just like riding for it was enough.
That right?
You know what I mean? It would just
You were part of the crew now.
Like being sponsored for the first time was insane.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
Did you send your sponsor me tape to anybody else?
So Mark saw it, and then he started giving me maple boards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that's like during this time, like that's when we like all became friends and started skating together.
Was Mark already pro at this point?
Yeah, Mark was pro.
He was pro. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he was pro as hell.
So MJ started giving you boards, free board. Now you're getting free boards from Maple.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
They actually did something very special. Him and Chris actually came to my house, my parents' house, and surprised me with my first package.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Really?
Those guys were so cool to me. Like a little kid. Mm-hmm. And I lived like 30 minutes away from them. They'd have to drive 30 minutes out of the way to pick me up, me and my friend up, and then take them skating all day.
Oh, wow.
And then drive me all the way home.
Oh, well, they saw something in you. Yeah.
No, they were so awesome.
That's
they
great.
and all my friends too. All my friends.
Yeah.
That who had cars and stuff. My friend Jesse, Eric, my friend John Old, like all those guys, they were awesome.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say like imagine like you're 20 and some 15-year-old kid is just calling you every day to go skate, and you have to drop everything and be like, all right.
Yeah.
That was them. They really, and they totally, like, I'm here today because they did that shit for me.
Wow.
They took me to spots. They introduced me to people. You know, it all just kind of snowballed after I met those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long after you started getting boards that you got on the team?
Maybe a year.
A year?
Maybe less than that. I don't know. Time is so weird when you're a kid, you know,
Totally.
I can't remember how long it took, but it was pretty fast because like I feel like after that Wheels of Fortune came out, like I was on, and that wasn't too much longer after I started getting boards.
Oh, wow.
Because I remember in that video part, I think I rode. I had a toy machine board in one clip, and then everything else was maple boards.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it was like, yeah, that's around.
Did that NC, the montage video, did that come out before the 4-in-1 part? Or was that after?
That's hard to say. I feel like it's like pretty similar time. I would say right after.
Yeah.
It was like the same time. All that footage happened at the same time.
How did you get in 4-in-1?
I went to skate camp with my friends, and Anthony Clairval was the skate camp filmer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we became friends. He just kind of like was, you know, he just took a liking to me and my friends, and obviously filmed us because he had to.
Yeah.
But then he also became friends with all the other people that I just mentioned. Like he was homies with them and would come to San Jose and hang out. And that's how it happened. He was like, "Oh, we should do a Wheels of Fortune."
Oh, sick.
And I was like, "Okay." Like, yeah. Like so nervous, but like, "Oh, okay. Yeah. Like let's do it."
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy. That time was insane for me.
Right.
Yeah, because I was just, you know, entering like just like a few years ago, I was just entering this world.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like entering this other crazy world that I was like trying so hard not to shit my pants about all the time.
Really?
Because so much so much stuff was happening so quickly that I had to just, you know, I had to just like breathe and try not to fuck it up.
Right.
Because that happens.
It does, yeah.
Really quick, when I first met you when I was like 12 or something, I met you at skate camp at Visalia, and
Wow.
like, I mean, I was this little kid, I could barely skate.
Was Andy Clairval filming you?
Yeah, I met Clairval. That's the first time he ever filmed me, and he doesn't remember doing that at all. But like, whatever. I'm sitting there, and when I got there, the first day I sneezed and I blew my back out, and I couldn't skate the entire time I was there.
12-year-old kid sneezed, blowing his back out.
Wait, was I a camper?
No, I think you were just a visitor at that point.
Oh, wow.
And you came up and you're like, "What's up, dude?" I'm like, "Dude, I blew my back out sneezing." You're like, kind of laughed. You're like, "That sucks," and you just left.
That sounds like a reaction I would have.
Random story. But
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, another funny story about that is Spanky was a camper that year when I came back as a visitor the next year, and he like brought that up to me like 5 years into our friendship or something, and I was like, "What? That is
way.
insane." Yeah,
I never went to skate camp.
it was awesome.
Really?
I mean, back then it was just YMCA Visalia Skate Camp. It wasn't that like Element Skate Camp,
Yeah.
and it was really small and it was tight.
And you went for like they had a week or something, right? You'd go there for like a week. And
Oh yeah, full week. Oh, and Ray Barbie was my camp counselor.
Really?
Yeah, it was psycho.
Wow.
Because you arrive on this bus and you go to this table where all the other skaters are like waiting to get checked in or whatever, and they get to me and they're just like going down the list, and they're like, okay, you're in cabin 6 with Ray Barbie. And I was like, and I knew who Ray Barbie was.
No, okay.
Because I watched 411. He just killed it at the Northampton contest that year. But I was like, Ray Barbie, what? It can't be. And then I went out onto and me and my friends went out onto like the street course, and there he was.
And he's not like staying in the cabin with you, right? He
fully is.
He's in the cabin.
He's in the cabin, dude. Yeah, we became lifelong friends.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Matt Eversole was my camp counselor, and he kept calling me fat.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would say. Yeah.
Were you fat? Were you chubby?
I was really chubby back then. Anyway, I don't know. But I remember that because he slept in the place with us.
Fat Cal.
Fat Cal.
He just called me fatty. Literally called me fatty.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a very unhealthy child. You sneezed and you broke your back.
Yeah.
Your back was literally broken and you couldn't skate.
How long were you skate? Did you turn pro for Maple?
Yes.
Yeah. How long were you on Maple before you turned pro?
I got on when I was 15 and I turned pro when I was 17.
Were you tripping on MJ? Because he was just...
Yeah.
He was insane. I mean, just those lines that he would do, he's phenomenal.
I have never experienced anything like seeing MJ in real life for the first few times.
Right.
It was magical. I don't even know the words to describe it. It was crazy. Like, because he was just this random kind of like he wasn't random, but like he wasn't really a well-known pro skater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, he lives in San Jose.
Yeah.
He rides for this company in San Diego, whatever. Like, he wasn't like one of the most popular pros or whatever.
Right.
But like meeting him and skating with him like changed the way I skated, my life, like everything.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, just hanging out with him, talking to him, watching him skate, the way that he viewed skating, approached skating. It was it was like I learned a lot.
Okay.
Basically, I learned a lot about what it means to be a pro skater from Mark. Yeah, fully. Oh God, he was. And he's so funny, as everybody knows.
Yeah,
the
great.
first thing he ever said to me, like, we were at this spot and I rolled up and he knew who I was and I knew who he was, and I rolled up to him, kind of got close to him, and he just knew I was like staring at him, and he just looked over at me and was just like, hey, what's up, man? Where are you from? And I said, Almaden. It's like this neighborhood I was from.
Okay.
And he was like, oh yeah, you know Bob? I was like, what? He's like, do you know Bob? And I was like, no. And he just laughed and skated away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but watching him skate and the way he skated and like the tricks he chose.
Oh yeah.
He's like the full package, man.
For sure.
Yeah, no,
For
he's one of the greatest skaters who's ever lived and will ever touch a skateboard.
I agree, man.
100%. There's a lot of people out there that deserve to be described like that.
Yeah.
But him, man, he's up there.
Yeah. Great dude. But so when you turned pro for Maple, I mean, if they surprised you with your first box, did they do anything for you when you turned pro?
No, not really. No.
They just said, here's a board.
Yeah, basically.
We're done with the surprises.
Yeah, there weren't any. Today, like, kids get surprised all the time. I'm always watching those pro parties, like those surprise pro parties going on. I'm like, damn.
You missed out.
I never got one of
Yeah.
those.
Half the time you're surprised you don't even know who the kid is.
Right, yeah. I'm like, oh. Actually, they wanted to turn me pro a year before that. The team manager was Ed Dominic, dear friend of mine.
Okay.
And he was like, oh yeah, like you should turn pro right now. And I was like kind of scared. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And at that time, it wasn't as competitive as it is now. Like now, if someone's like, hey, you want to go pro? Then say yes. You know, like, turn pro.
Right.
But back then, it was, I mean, from my perspective, I was just like, well, I think I can like wait a while and kind of be a better skater.
Yeah.
Because a fear of mine was to seem like someone who turned pro too quickly. That was like a fear of mine.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, okay, can we like wait a while? So we did wait a while, and then they were just like, all right, it's time now. And I was like, okay. So that's how I turned pro.
What was the first graphic?
The first graphic actually I worked on.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with this artist there. His name was Brian Kresel, and I made these linoleum block prints. Do you know what those are?
No.
They're like kind of like a really hard clay on this piece of wood, and then you draw on it and you carve out the negative parts of the picture, and then you put ink on it, and then you make a print.
Gotcha.
So like I like just took this random photo of this girl in a magazine, her face, and then made a block print out of it, and then took it to him, and then just kind of like designed a board with that.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
you're already doing like art stuff, and were you into photography back then too?
No,
or-
I wasn't
no?
into photography, but I was definitely into art. Like I was like making paintings, and like I was always loved making stuff.
It's kind of rad that you had your hand in it too.
No, it's really
Yeah.
no, it's really cool that they
Sick.
let me do that. Because I mean, Mabel didn't really have, at that time, they didn't really have like an aesthetic or anything that they were like trying to
Okay,
do.
yeah.
So they were just like, yeah, make your board.
Sick.
But then after that, all I got was like these weird cartoon boards.
You didn't. You didn't try to do another board after that.
I don't know, like there were times where I just didn't want to design boards.
No.
I was just like, just do whatever.
Do you still do the block print stuff? What's it called again? The what's it?
They're called linoleum prints.
Linoleum
It's made
prints.
of linoleum, and you just carve
Okay.
that out. But
Do you still do that?
no,
No.
not really. I was just into it at that time.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of discovered it. So that's my first graphic.
First graphic.
Every once in a while I see it too. Like I'll see it like on Instagram. Someone will tag me.
Oh really?
And I feel so nice. It feels so nice to see it.
You ever find it on
Oh.
eBay?
I don't know if it's kind of rare. I don't know if it's not really like a board collector's
No?
thing that they want. I don't think. I don't know, but I do see it once in a while, which
It's rad.
Do you still have one?
brings me great joy. I think at my mom's house I have one.
nice.
Are you a big board collector? Have you collect all your pro boards and stuff?
No,
No.
I mean, I tried, but things just got out of hand, and
I have a lot.
I know, but still.
I mean, I have a lot.
Yeah.
But all definitely not.
Is there any ones that you probably missed that you're like, oh fuck, I wish I had that one?
No, I
Is it
made a
one?
pretty good effort to keep the ones
the
I
ones-
really liked.
okay.
But yeah, I didn't collect. You know what I really wish I collected were other boards. You know, like old Alien boards or just like random boards that I liked.
Well,
you know?
if you want my first board, I still have a couple. If you want one, yeah.
sure,
First
Chris,
chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the shitty beard?
Unkept beard, Raj.
Yeah.
Unkept. Wasn't shitty. We'll talk after the show though. I have a couple in my car. I'll sign one for you too, Jerry.
Okay.
No, but that's rad though. That's I don't. I think I designed one chocolate board. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
some
one?
Garvey board with the mountains and the whole thing. Photoshop, you know. I'm not an artist, but I could Photoshop the shit out of something.
The one Garley like howling at the moon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know the one. Okay. Anyway,
Great board.
so you're on Maple now with MJ and who else was on the team back then? Was it?
Well, when MJ was on,
Yeah.
Chad Knight,
Okay.
Dave Mayhew,
Yes.
Aaron Snyder, I think.
No, seriously?
Yeah,
was on.
Shorty Snyder?
Shorty Snyder Man.
Snyder Man.
Yeah, he was in 7 Steps to Heaven.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Hart was
probably in
really
this
good.
5 mile radius right now.
I know he is, but it's crazy. I didn't even.
And I think like Jason Carney was just kind of like bowing out a little bit at that time.
Okay.
Daxter
Donger?
I don't know if Daxter was on at that time.
Oh.
Donger?
It's hard to remember. Oh, Donger, of course.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing person. Yeah, Donger.
Mm-hmm.
I might be forgetting someone.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, but
Frank
yeah.
Arata.
Frank was a little bit later. Like this is when I just got on.
Right.
But the team was like changing a little bit. Like, Frank got on like, I don't know, around the time I turned pro actually.
Wait, but you said like that was when MJ was on, because MJ quit later
Mhm.
on, right? How long when MJ quit? Did you feel like, oh man, there's my
Dry.
buddy? And
Yeah, I was
like-
devastated.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, and he called me to tell me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and I was just like, what? I didn't understand.
No.
I didn't understand. I was like, what the fuck?
And this is when he went to Enjoy, right?
No.
This is-
This is A Team.
I'm sorry. Yes, 18.
Because
right.
the series of events is I think he started riding for that wheel company that World did.
Okay.
What was it? I don't remember what it was called.
Speed Demon?
Speed Demons.
Mhm.
Whatever that was. And then and that's how he started getting involved with like world people, like
Right.
Rodney, And I think Rodney was just like, hey, like we should do this thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, like I think he really looked up to Rodney. And then so he left to do that.
Okay.
And then I was just kind of like, fuck. But I was friends with everyone else on the team by then.
Right.
I'd already gone on tour with them,
Mhm.
I think.
Mhm.
But
Did Mabel turn you pro because they just lost Mark?
I mean, I don't know if I'm very suitable. I wasn't a suitable replacement for Mark, but they probably did need another board on the wall.
Right.
Right, you and Louie are pro now.
Yeah.
Oh, so you turned pro right when he was leaving?
I think like after.
After,
I was
okay.
like because he kind of quit. I feel like it was like pretty soon after
Oh.
I got on. After I was
Okay.
like fully on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Huh.
left.
You didn't ask him like, bring bring me with you?
I
You
didn't.
did?
I
No?
didn't. Of course, I was thinking that.
Oh.
Of course, I was just like on the phone with him as he's explaining it, being like, "Is he gonna ask me? Is he gonna ask me to go?"
I want to ride for Dwindle too.
Yeah. I mean, to a little kid, that sounds so awesome. The
Totally.
A-Team.
Yeah.
I mean, that name is terrible. But to a little kid, you're just like, what? Like the best skaters? Like, you know what I mean?
I loved that show with Murdoch and BA. It was great.
Good name for a show.
Yeah.
Bad name for a skate company.
Right. So he left, and now you guys. How long were you on Maple for?
That's tough. I think I left when I was maybe around 18.
Okay.
So like 15 to 18.
Okay.
Not that long, but
Yeah.
you know,
Still a lifetime.
3
though.
years of
3
life.
years. Yeah.
lifetime for a kid.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then you quit to ride for Enjoy, right?
Right. So like I think like 18 wasn't really working out,
Uh-huh.
and Rodney just told Mark like, hey, like this is what I think happened. Rodney told Mark like, hey, why don't just do your own thing? Because he recognized in Mark that there was like so much there creatively. So he was like, oh, like just do your own thing.
Right.
And that's when Mark created Enjoy.
Okay.
And then his first pick was Louis.
Oh.
And I think Louis was like, we need to put on Jerry. So we were kind of like this package deal.
Yeah,
So that's how we
okay.
got on Enjoy.
Okay. And was it hard for you to quit Maple too?
Oh my God.
Because they were losing Louis as well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
And also, it was probably hard for Mark to do that to Ed.
Yeah. No, for sure.
right.
Yeah. But it had to be done. It had to be done. No, quitting Maple was so hard because Ed Dominic, the team manager, he was such a good friend. He is such a good friend to me. And to tell him that was awful. He did not take it well.
No.
People at the company did not take it well.
Really?
Yeah, they were bummed. They were definitely really bummed. And I was just like, I'm sorry. But,
Yeah.
but you got to do that kind of stuff, man. Like,
Gotta break some hearts.
But how was it though, getting on Enjoy, this brand new company, and this with Louis and MJ and
so exciting.
breath of fresh air now, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
this
it
new
was-
thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, because like when I got on Maple, it was like an established company. So
Yeah.
like getting on Enjoy, like a brand new thing, and it like I thought it looked so cool, and I thought it was so funny, and I thought like the aesthetic was great,
Right.
And I was just
There was no stress to get a photo for an ad.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Actually, later on when Matt Eversole ran the company, he would always yell at us, just be like, "Dude," like, because we would not give him photos for ads, because like we supplied a lot of those photos,
Yeah.
and he would just be like, "You guys don't have to do skate ads. Like, why are you complaining about anything? Just
Go
get
party.
yeah."
Right.
But
Go have fun and shoot
Yeah.
photos of it.
But yeah, it was like super exciting.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
There's no point where you're like, well, will this even work?
Sure, I thought that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like definitely, there were times where I was like, was unsure.
Right.
But that's part of the excitement. Is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
knowing
yeah.
it's a sure thing.
Totally.
It's just being like taking that chance.
Right.
So yeah, it was. I mean, getting on Enjoy, riding for Enjoy, it was like one of the best experiences
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, it was so awesome.
Because you were on Enjoy then for how many years, right?
Sure, yeah, like I think like 99 to maybe 2010 or 12. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow,
Long time.
yeah.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. When did the Osiris video come out? Was that 99 as
I
well?
think 2000.
Were you on Enjoy when the Osiris video came out, or were you still on Maple?
That was Maple still, probably, wasn't it?
No, I rode for Enjoy.
You were for Enjoy?
Yeah. I mean, I did ride for Maple and Osiris at the same time, but when that video came out, I'm pretty positive I was... Actually, you know what? I can't really remember, but all that stuff like happened around
At
the same time.
Okay. Well, how did you get on Osiris?
Dave Mayhew.
Oh, yeah.
So Dave, like I was it's funny, I was getting Emerica shoes because of Mark,
Oh, yeah.
and they were just flowing me shoes.
Okay.
And like this is during like the Yellow video, like
Yeah.
this is like kind of like the beginning of Emerica when it was like a lot different than it is now.
Right.
And
There's a lot of people on
a lot of people on it, like it
Kind of
went
like Adidas and Nike, right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it went from like Danger Hubble to Krishan Mosley to Chris Sent. You know what I mean? Like it was like all over the place. And it was becoming obvious I was like not gonna get on Emerica. And so Dave asked me to ride for Osiris, which was like this new company at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, like,
Yeah.
sure, free shoes and
Good paycheck?
like no paycheck.
No paycheck.
I mean, maybe a little bit down the line,
Oh.
a couple $100 or
Okay.
something. This was kind of the beginning of amateurs getting paid.
Right.
Like I remember when I got on Maple, before I turned pro, I got like maybe like $500 a month.
Yeah, I mean, Maple, how much were you getting paid as a pro on Maple?
I
mean, seriously, because back then, what, like $1,000,
like when
$1,500?
Like when so as an AM, I got $500 for a few months, and then I turned pro, and they doubled it.
Oh, that's okay.
So, and then I think like, it went up more and more over time as time went on. But that was my starting.
That's great.
Yeah,
For a kid back then, I mean, geez, yeah.
Yeah, a kid in high school getting $1,000 a month.
So now Osiris comes along, right? And they had a big team too, though, right? They had a lot of dudes on there. Kenton Russell, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he on the...
yeah. That delivery of Ken Russell.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was a big fan of Ken Russell, man. I was a big
He hugged,
I was
dude.
big, yeah.
I don't know who was like exactly on the team at the time, but it was
No.
definitely like Tyrone Olsen, Dave Mayhew, Chad Knight, and I feel like Adam Annette had like just left. Kershaw Mosley, maybe.
Scott Pizzell.
Yeah, like Scott Bizzell, like all those Ohio kids. I was like kind of like a little bit later.
Yeah. You're filming for The Storm, right?
But we didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
We were just filming for a video.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't even know if we were. I mean, like
You were just filming.
because at that time, it's just like no one really told you to film. Everybody was just filming.
Right.
Everybody
This
was
is
just
what you
like
did.
young, hungry, and getting tricks. Like
Yeah.
that was like all you did. So I just had footage. I was filming for Black Cat, and I knew Osiris was making a video. So I was like also, I was just filming everything I possibly could.
Did you go play paintball with him?
Yeah. Oh, fully. I had no idea what was going on. They were like, because it just felt like a I don't even know why we were meeting up. We were just like, we're gonna go paintballing, and I thought it felt like a like employee get to know you type activity, even though we pretty much knew each other. But and then they took us to this thing and made just like, go paintball. We're gonna film it, and no one asked questions. That's a big part of like the Osiris aesthetic is nobody asks questions. Just like just do it, and we're gonna throw it together and do something.
That was a big video back then, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how like people still to this day talk to me about that video.
I bet there's one thing that they talk to you about. Right? And, I'm sure our viewers were waiting for us to get to this.
Yeah.
The storm flip.
Yeah.
Listen, you did the storm flip, what, in a line?
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't
Just
even,
thought I'd
it was just a trick you did on flat ground, going through the
Throwing it out
rail.
there.
And here it is, this like thing.
Yeah.
How did it become this thing, Jerry?
I have well, actually,
First of all,
Who taught you how to do it?
for people who don't know, the storm flip is what, a nollie backside flip,
late front foot flip.
late front
So
foot
it's a
flip.
backside nollie flip, late front foot flip, but backside nollie flips back then in general were not like how they are today. So that kind of gave you an edge to accomplish the trick.
Well, that was like a cool thing back then when you did it to the legs. Like everyone started to do it like that.
That was a fad. That was just like that was the way to do it. It was just cool.
amazing.
A lot of guys in Osiris did that. It felt like.
Yeah, totally. A lot of guys everywhere did it like
Yeah.
that. It was just the
Pop
way.
and spread. Just
Right.
I actually just saw Tyrone Olsen at Tampa, and he nollie hard flipped the stair in his line. I was so happy to see it actually in person. That was so
amazing.
cool.
That was actually really sick to see him
Dude,
out there.
still sick. Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
killing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even know how it became a thing? Was it just that people who coined the term?
What set it off? Like, okay, so the video came out, and then years went by, and like obviously people remember that jack trick that I did. But it's not till it like really became a thing until Patrick O'Dell started doing Epically Later.
Okay.
And he did this one about he was on a one of those America tours we went on with the motorcycles. So he did one that was like I guess like kind of based on that trip.
Okay.
And I was at a demo, and I think Braden was just like, do one of those things, that trick, do it from the Osiris video, like do one.
Yeah.
And I did one on a bank. They're way easier on banks. And I did one, and then Patrick filmed it and then put it in his episode, and then I think asked like Spanky and Braden about it, and maybe even me. But that's when one of those three guys coined that term, the storm flip, and I kind of think it was Spanky because he's like really good at naming things like that
And photoshopping stuff.
Yeah. But so that's when it really got set off, where like it just kind of like breathed this weird new life into it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And as far as like learning the trick, I don't know, like I feel like I just, because like at that time, for example, like like Ronnie Krieger at a Tampa contest, he did a switch hard flip, late flip over the pyramid.
Oh yeah.
So like things like that were like happening.
Yeah.
You know, like goof off type weird, like disgusting tricks. And I don't know. I just think like it just, I don't know. I don't really know. I kind of can't believe, because Chris Avery filmed that line. I kind of can't believe he let me do that. Like looking back on it, like it's unbelievable that he was just like, oh. Yeah, just keep going.
Just keep going.
It wasn't even a good. I like Tic Tac.
And you had it pretty consistently?
Huh?
You were pretty consistent with it?
I think so at the time. Like it wasn't really that hard to do. Because like filming back then, it was just like, it was, or maybe not back then, but just it was one of those lines where it's just like, just do a trick to get to the rail.
Yeah.
It was one of those things.
Right.
So it's just like, just do a trick and get to this rail.
Most people do like a tray flip or something to get to the rail.
Yeah. Most people just crooked grind a bench. Yeah. I'll just do some psycho clown trick.
So I bet even today, people ask you, right? Storm flip. It's a thing now, right?
No, yeah. People yell it at me at demos. Kids commented on Instagram. Yeah. It's crazy.
When's the last time you did one?
That Boys of Summer video that came out like a couple years ago. I did one for that.
Okay.
That was actually a birthday video, like iPhone video for Mike Burnett, where like I landed the trick and said happy birthday at the end, and then they just threw that in the video. I just thought Mike would get a kick out of that.
It's amazing, dude. Have you ever done it down something?
No, I've never done it down something.
No.
But I did have this funny idea one time to just do it down an insane gap.
You should, yeah.
Like just
mid-choice gap or something like
that. Jesus Christ. Wow. Med choice. But Richie Jackson actually did one, and he like DM'd it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, check it out.
What did you say? Did you DM? Did you say, what do you say back to something like that?
I don't know. It was so weird. I think he did it like more proper too. He did it kind of like the more like real way, like, or like the way that nollie backside flips are done now.
Right.
And then,
actually flipping it?
Yeah, like actually flipping it.
Well, that's a good question. When you do it now, just for fun at a demo or something, or the Boys of Summer video, do you try to do it through the legs, or do you try to do it?
It's somewhere in the middle. I try to do it like, I try to give it a little bit more modern, like respect. Yeah. Because the original version of the storm flip is very disrespectful to skateboarding. I understand that.
Double donkey kick.
Amazing, dude. I love it though. Storm flip. Come on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just lay awake at night just being like, I cannot believe that's just one of my, it's like a legacy.
The one trick you did on flat ground to get to the rail has become this thing.
Sometimes people backside 360 the Great Wall of China. Other people, they do a disgusting flat ground trick and they're just forever remembered for it.
What were you out there filming today? You said you were out at a spot.
Oh, I was just out with friends.
Oh, you weren't filming or anything?
Well, I mean, like, I tried a trick, but I just,
No?
Yeah.
What were you trying?
Just I was just trying to grind this barrier.
Barrier?
Yeah.
Oh. You filming for anything right now?
Mid-30s types of tricks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Doing a little sci-fi fantasy video or anything? What are we working with?
Boys of Summer 2?
Boys of Summer 2, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. I've already seen some of it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, like Rowan, Aiden, Logan. Like there's this part called the Shrimps. They're our our little shrimpy buddies. They all share a part.
Okay.
And it's great.
Maybe Kelly can get a trick in.
He's in the fatty section.
Oh, he's in the fat. Yeah.
Fatty K. Yeah. Good name.
So where were we, man? The storm flip, that was good.
When that video came out, was that something that like responsively kind of changed your skate career? Did it like
Dude, when that video came out, it was nuts.
Yeah.
It had like a crazy like world premiere.
It was nuts. I wish I didn't go on that world tour.
Ooh.
I was sent to London by myself for the premiere there.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of all the people,
Why?
like just one person.
I think because a bunch of people just.
The distributor in London's like, no, just send Jerry.
Yeah.
I'll stay there.
But that was awesome because that was the first time I'd ever left the country by myself.
Had you seen the video you've seen it at a premiere here?
Well, I saw it in San Diego, which is basically like the epicenter of Osiris. So it was obviously,
I'm sure that was crazy.
It was obviously different.
Yeah.
But,
So it was going nuts.
Yeah, it was totally nuts. But yeah. But I mean, they were excited over it too. It was just it was like this worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
That I like. It was so weird. It was so hard for me to process everything that was because like not only did that happen, but then like the years after that, it was just like crazy. It was just like the tours were so out of hand and insane.
What do you mean? Like how?
It was that time in skating where, you know, tour bus and like thousands of kids
Right.
and you know, just the spectacle. Like we went on a summer tour, a summer Osiris tour after that video came out, and we had a bus, 4 Penske trucks with with all the demo ramps in them, a whole team to take apart those ramps and put them back together.
Holy shit.
And then Smolik was like, had all these, he had this like rap group with him that I guess he was like managing or something. The whole rap group was with us, maybe 1 or 2 DJs and a dancer. It was insane. Like, I don't even have the words to describe how crazy those tours were.
That's insane.
Yeah. And the fans, it was just, you know, it was like during that crazy.
The Casper Holic time.
Yeah, like that
Yeah,
time where, you know, skateboarding was just insane.
Yeah.
The D3 came along and took over.
That thing too, that was another ingredient, you know, like
Yeah.
totally, that thing was insane.
Did you have a shoe with Osiris?
Yes, I had 3.
Did you get to design your shoes, or did they just kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was like pretty open back then, because like I think now, like, you know, skateboarding is like so corporate now,
Right.
and like if you ride for like a very, you know, like they're not gonna let you just
But
like,
now they realize like what sells and what doesn't sell.
Right.
yeah, I mean they're a little savvier these days.
Yeah,
you know, back then it was
Before
just
people
like,
were just throwing shit at the wall and like,
yeah, totally.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what the D3 is. It's literally just someone just throwing something at the wall and just, you know, like Dave didn't even want it.
Right. What would you say? 2 shoes? 3 shoes?
3.
3.
Yeah. The
I
third
mean-
one was a total Kenny Reed iPath knockoff.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been getting some good money though, right? I mean, that was
Yeah,
some
I mean-
good change in your pocket.
That was a chunk of change.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was like big checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely was like, wow, this is pretty crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well-
Actually, when I quit and they were really angry at me. And there was like this general manager there that I had to like argue with about, you know, quitting and everything.
wow.
And I remember him saying to me like, you know what? Like, yeah, you can quit, but you're not getting any of the royalties for the shoes that we have left. And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, I just want to get out of here. All good, man.
No way.
And then a giant check showed up like 2 months later.
Wow.
And I was like,
Oh.
yeah.
did you have a contract with them?
Huh?
You ever have a contract with them?
I did, but I think like I just was like, I'm over it. I'm because there wasn't that much left, you know.
Oh.
So I was just like, I really want to get out of here.
Why did you want to get out? Were you going to like America or something?
Yeah, well, I wanted to ride for America.
Okay.
So I was just like, I want to get out of here. And
Did you already have something lined up with America, or were you just?
I mean, I was talking to them, and they kind of like at the last minute we worked it out.
Oh.
Yeah. So like it was kind of getting into this like very dangerous area.
Okay.
And then it just all worked out, and I just had to like get out of there.
Right. And so they were pissed. They didn't want you to leave.
They were bummed
Wow.
for sure. They were
Everybody's
bummed.
bummed when Jerry leaves, man. I
Well,
know.
yeah,
I know why,
of course.
but
Sorry,
you know.
I'm sorry.
But dude, you
Right.
know what's crazy is that you got to escape the storm. Like a lot of people didn't really come out of the Osiris crew like to make it into other shoe companies when Osiris kind of.
I pulled it. I don't
You
know
pulled
how.
it.
I don't know how.
So you left Osiris for America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like the enjoy feeling again.
Oh, yeah.
Just like kind of like a recharge.
Okay.
You know, because I was like, the enjoy video had come out like you know, like a year before that, and I had just gone into this like depression basically, like after filming that video part.
Why?
Just because it was just such a huge project for me, and I just like had put so much into it that when it was
which
over.
video was that?
This was the Bag of Suck
Bag of
video.
Suck, yeah.
So like after that video came out, I had just like went into this thing where I was just like, I don't want to skate. I don't want to look at a skateboard. I don't. You know
You've
what I
been
mean?
park come up for like 10 years after that, huh?
I mean, a long time, like 7 years probably.
Wow.
That was a heavy part, dude.
Thanks.
You put it like you went above and beyond. I feel like on that one.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Thanks.
jumping down stuff and like.
Was that the one you nollie back heeled, the big set in?
Yeah.
Yeah, San Francisco.
So
that's
that was like-
gnarly.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how
How
that
many tries
happened.
that take you?
I went there one day and I probably tried it for like 45 minutes.
You jumped down the thing for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was just like conditioned to do that stuff
Yeah.
at that time. And then I hit my head and bruised my heel, so I didn't try it for another month.
Oh shit.
And actually, that was like the end of the video, and I had it was like the final weekend where like we're gonna edit this. We're like going down to LA to edit this video. You have you could do it on Sunday, and it was like a Friday.
Did you know they're gonna pan down to like the end frame?
Okay,
whatever?
so I painted that the night before. Like I forget who came up with that idea, because there's a lot of like physical props in the video,
Yeah.
and I think they really wanted like a definitive ending with the painting that said the end.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'll paint it. And I made it in my garage, and I was just like Saturday night, just like painting it, just being like looking at the words, you know, just being like,
This is it.
I gotta learn this trick tomorrow.
yeah, like not many things in my life have had such a definitive ending, but
Right.
that was definitely like, that's it. You know, you don't have to do anything more. No one's gonna ask you to do anything more.
Right.
That's it. So yeah, and it was really surreal. Like going there that day was just nerves and just like craziness. And San Francisco, it's windy. You know what I mean? Like there's
for sure.
and the stairs kind of suck. You know, there was like a crack at the beginning. So yeah, it was crazy. It was really just, I got lucky, honestly. Like
You got
It
Curly
looked pretty
Kyle
great.
there.
because
It
if you
looked-
because if
yeah.
you watch the raw footage, I don't come close to one. Like
Seriously?
I maybe caught a few, but kicked it away like immediately.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. That one just worked.
That was
many-
the first one you stuck?
That is the only one I stuck.
Wow.
And how many tries that day did it take?
I can't remember, but
Yeah.
not that much time. I would say like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like
Oh.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't really remember. I can't remember anything about that day.
Really?
I don't know like what happened when I woke up. I don't know what happened after that spot. I don't even remember doing it.
You
No.
That's just kind of, yeah, like when like that like
Blackout?
type, yeah, that type of skating.
Yeah.
You know, when you do a really really hard trick, like it's difficult to really, you know,
Right.
summon it in your memory.
You don't remember how you felt when you landed? I would have, like, I just remembered what I would have remembered that, I feel like.
Yeah.
I
But-
mean, I can take a pretty good stab at it and say I was fucking relieved and very very happy. And also I'd like, you know, accomplished this thing that I've been thinking about for a month straight, every single day, like icing my foot,
Right.
just like, okay, you know, I got to do this thing. And I didn't really have to do it. Like I had a whole video part, it was done, and I didn't really need, but like, you know, when you're a kid and you just
Yeah.
you know, you can just do that kind of shit.
How old were you when you filmed the Bag of Sucks?
25.
25.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kyle Camarillo was filming all your part, or?
Yeah, most of it. He filmed the biggest chunk of it. Matt Eversol, Kyle, maybe Chris Avery a little bit, and even a few other people. Like on tour, there were people. But yeah, I worked with Kyle like the most, and at like to the end. You know,
Okay.
like he was there that day.
Do you remember what Caswell yelled after you landed it?
Something vulgar. I don't think that was Caswell. I think that was my friend Matt Hathaway.
Was it?
Yeah.
It sounded like Caswell.
Who actually, when I first saw those skaters walking up the street,
Oh, yeah.
who I was like later became friends with,
Uh-huh.
that's Matt Hathaway.
Oh, really?
Wow.
He was one of those guys. He lived around the corner from me, and he was like the weird hair, big pant, because I saw him all the time walking home from school or wherever the hell he was coming from.
Crazy.
And that's like, you know, I was like, that's that guy. And then he was also there that day.
Did any of your friends growing up like make it too? Did they get sponsored or anything? Or
No, I mean, because you know, a lot of my friends, they just started getting other stuff. Like my best friend Will, he became a musician,
Okay.
like a really great musician. And then my other friends just sort of, you know, they just kind of like, they just started doing other stuff.
Other stuff,
They got
yeah.
girlfriends, quit skating, or they, you know, they just lost interest.
Yeah.
Some of my friends were like Asian kids who just, their parents were like, you have to quit skating right now, today.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I remember my friend Daniel. We were like freshman year in high school, and like we would skate together every day after school. Awesome. And then Monday morning, he was just like, "Yeah, I don't skate anymore." You know, like his parents just
Oh
broke
my
him or something.
God.
You know,
how were your parents? Did they like you skating and stuff? I mean, after you started getting sponsored and everything, and
they had like a really hard time dealing with it.
Seriously?
Yeah, because I mean, my parents are amazing parents, and they were so patient and loving and caring, everything across the board.
Okay.
But they did not understand what the fuck I wanted.
Even
Yeah.
when you were like getting paid and getting boards shipped to your house.
At
and,
that
like,
point, you know, yeah, they were like, you know, you really need to go to college. Why aren't you going to college? You know, like, you know,
Wow.
maybe I start thinking about, you know, doing something real. And I was just like, you know what? No, like, this is what I'm going to do. And as I got older, because like, I mean, I had like financial freedom at like 16.
Yeah.
So by the time I was 18, gone. You know, I was just like, I'm not gonna listen to you guys anymore. I'm just gonna do my thing, and I had all the power in the world to do it.
Right.
And in retrospect, I wish I wasn't so harsh with them, because it really broke my mom's heart that I just like took off. But
So you moved out at 18.
yeah,
Straight
like
up.
the moment I could do it, I
You
did
blew
it.
your candles out and you threw your,
I was like,
backpack.
Yeah.
I assume.
But yeah, it was hard for them. I mean, they're from Taiwan.
Okay.
So they grew up there, and they immigrated here when they were in college, to go to college here.
Yeah.
To get their master's degrees or whatever. And it was just so hard for them to understand, and it was so hard for me to explain to them, because I just didn't have the tools to really explain it. And also at the time I was a teenager.
Yeah,
so I was just like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like you don't really take the time to you don't really want to take the time to explain to your parents what you're doing.
Totally.
You're just like, you don't understand, I'm out of here.
Right.
I'm going skating.
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother. His name's Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's 6 years younger than me.
You're the oldest.
Yep. It's just me and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He never skated or did anything?
He tried for a little bit, but he just wasn't into it.
It wasn't his thing.
Yeah. Plus, it was just like, it was our thing, and I think that probably scared him. It would scare me. If I had like an older sibling who was into something, it would be, I don't know, it would be tough for me to like, just like, I'm doing this too.
Right.
No, you're not.
When you had the Bag of Suck part come out, was that something that kind of led you getting onto America?
Fully.
Yeah,
Fully. Yeah, because I had asked to ride for America maybe like a couple years before that.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just like, nah, like we're turning this kid Leo Pro, we're turning like Tosh Pro, we're turning Spanky Pro, like we can't,
You're already on at one point and quit.
Oh yeah.
Long time ago.
Back in 96.
Still holding a grudge. Yeah. Still holding a grudge.
They never forgot it.
Like, no, man, you are a road for us.
But yeah, like, that video part opened so many doors for me, because I feel like, living in San Jose and like, just kind of like being a little bit fringy, not fully, but like just a little bit, once that video part came out, like things like completely changed for me. All of a sudden, my phone is ringing a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was calling you?
I mean,
It's Louis.
Who was calling me? I don't know. Just like a lot of board companies were calling me. Danny Way called me.
Yeah, right.
To be in his video game. To be in EA
Seriously?
Escape. Yeah, that
Really?
fully. I mean, that put me on the radar for that kind of shit. Like I don't.
But
Danny
you were
Way
in like 1, 2, and 3, right? EA Skate 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah. So I mean, like what's funny is that when he called me, he left. I didn't pick up because it was a weird number, and he left a message. He's like, "This is Danny Way. That's this and that. Blah blah blah." And I was like listening to it, like, oh my god. I was with my friend, and I was like, dude, listen to this prank call. This person thinks he's Danny Way, or he's trying to pretend to be Danny Way.
Right.
And I texted someone, I forget who, someone that I knew him.
Okay.
And I was like, is this Danny Way's number? And they're like, yes. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
I would think it would be a prank call too. I'm always suspect on people, when I get a crazy, I don't even answer them anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, and then I called him back, and then he explained the video game thing, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy.
I even think debt collectors are prank calling me now. But they're not. It's real. So what did you have to do for EA Skate? What did you have to go put all the little things on and do all that whole thing, or what would you do?
The little balls.
Little balls, yeah.
Yeah, I had to fly to Vancouver.
Okay.
And do the motion capture.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy.
You have to spandex suit or something?
The whatever kind of suit it is, and then it's got all the balls on it, and then like a little helmet thing with all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and audio. You have to. They record you. Speaking in situations like like Rob Dyrdek just rolled up and say something to him. Something like that.
What up, Rob?
Yeah. What up, Rob? Yeah.
I would love to be on that session.
Yeah.
But was anybody else there when you were doing the ball thing, or did they do people separately? Like when you?
Ali Bilala and Jason Dill were there with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All in the spandex suits with the
I think like the day that I did it, it was just me.
Okay.
But they were both there at the same time. Like I was totally hanging out with Jason and Ali at the same,
That's rad.
Yeah. It was just just like 2 days of work.
What a great
And that's
thing, you know, to be like immortalized in this video game.
Yeah, it was
Plus
crazy.
Paycheck.
Yeah, plus a paycheck.
Yeah, actually, when Daniel called me, I was just like, "Fuck, I'm gonna be rich." Like, yes, because like that Tony Hawk game, like Andrew told, you know, he was just, you know, you hear the stories, you hear the stories, you know, like people were just like making off like bandits, and I was just like, whoa, yes, and then.
Like, we can give you $30K.
Yeah, like, and then when the contract came, it was just this, it was just a flat amount, and I had to ask I was just like, what? And the standards had just changed,
Right.
So I was richer, but it wasn't.
What you thought I was gonna be?
It wasn't what I thought I was gonna be. But I mean, for whatever, man. I'm grateful.
great,
like 2 days of work for like a gang of cash.
Great. It's great.
Yeah.
If the new EA Skate came out, how much do you think you get paid for it?
Probably like $1,500.
Yeah.
Every game after that, like, so I was in number 1, got this much. Number two, you know, maybe like 25% of that or 50% of that, and then by 3, you know,
It just kept going down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they're probably selling more and more games.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know what's up with that world.
No, either.
I don't know.
I'd like to find out though. You know, maybe
Should we do a
last me
nightclub game?
Are they doing the EA's 4? No.
Keep hearing people keep asking about
it's
it.
a rumor thing. I don't know.
Akko told me that, like, because he's in that world, he says that people really want it. Like, there's like a
Totally.
demand
There
for
is,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like, you know, it'll be a whole new crew of young kids. You know, it'll be
Maybe
like,
the 9 Club could be in there.
yeah,
like,
EA Skate, like, esports game, like team.
If you win Street League in the game, you could come on the 9 Club.
you guys could make some cheddar.
$1,500, great.
At least.
And a flight to Vancouver.
Yeah,
For sure, I'll take it.
Wear
definitely.
the spandex, dude.
Yeah, pay off some of these debts. You know,
Yeah, they keep calling.
They keep calling.
Keep calling
I think they're pranks, but they're not.
Did you get to keep the spandex?
No, I didn't. But you know what's actually so funny about the motion capture is, so you're in this like warehouse room,
Okay.
and there's like this square painted on the ground that's like the area you're going to be captured in, and there's cameras all around you, and the director is just like, all right, skate across that. When you get to the middle, pick up your board, and that was the hardest thing to do. It was just
stop
skate.
in the
Was just
square?
skate normal, stop and pick up your board. I messed up like 8 or 9 times because it's really hard. Because like, you know, when everyone just like act like yourself, act normal, like it's very difficult to do. So that was like a very hilarious thing that I just kept messing up on.
Did you have to
Getting all
do?
stiff and like full?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, you don't feel like
Were
yourself.
you telling him like, wait, one more? I got this.
yeah,
Hold
totally.
on.
You pulled
Yeah.
the Jamie Thomas, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is one more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Now, did you have to do tricks for the cameras too? Did you like stay? Like, how did that work?
They asked that like you just kind of do a trick that's a little bit signature, a little
Okay,
bit to
so
you.
you did the storm flip.
So they were. So I was like, okay, how about like an over crooks or something? So I just did one of those on a flat bar. That was it. Because like, and maybe a 360 flip or something. But but PJ was in that game too, and PJ just did every trick for them. They just used PJ as like kind of
Gotcha,
like a model.
he just
for
became like their library.
Yeah.
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 So now Enjoy is, I mean, it's seemingly doing well, you know, but then Mark ends up leaving, skates, goes over to Chocolate and everything, and then eventually you came over to Chocolate too.
Yeah.
Why the move now? What's
Just,
going on there?
Again, like just kind of, you know, I'd written it for so long.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years plus, and Matt Eversole, who's my good friend, he was the brand manager, kind of like the new Mark, you know, running it as far as running it. And he, you know, he was having a lot of problems with the company because it's kind of like that classic, you know, creative versus like corporate sort of battle that happens every fucking day. And yeah, he was just so sick of it, and he had like threatened. It was very complicated, but basically at the end he quit, and I was like, okay, I'm done too, because we kind of we were on the same page about a lot of stuff. Like we had a lot of our ideas were similar, our aesthetic was similar. Like we just had like a good idea about what Enjoy should be, which is something that isn't you know, necessarily driven by demand, but driven by like our ideas. Something that should be, you know, we should give people new ideas, you know, not just, you know, not just listen to what people want to sell.
And you didn't think that you could carry on with him gone? You didn't think you could Enjoy could carry on that footprint that you guys had?
I mean, it's possible, but I chose not to.
Okay.
I was just kind of like, I don't want to put forth the energy to try and do it anymore, you know? And, you know, I was just tired of it. I was tired. And besides, like, with Matt gone, it was just like two people trying to express their ideas. Now it's only one.
There you go.
And so, like, the company, you know, they just had their own ideas of what they wanted.
Right.
So I just didn't feel like I had anything else to give.
No?
Yeah. I was just like, that's it. So yeah.
Was it hard though, leaving though? I mean, after 10 years, or was it, or did it make it easier to? I mean, with everything going on.
No, it was so hard. Because like, you know, Louis, like that was tough. Like, you know, my friends.
Right.
It's hard leaving Louis.
Yeah. So, you know, anytime you have to, you've built these relationships for so long, and then you have to decide to make a choice for yourself. Like, that's hard. People get bummed. They don't, you know, they understand, but they kind of don't want to let you go. Just like, okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah. They're just like, dude.
Did that like ruin your friendship at all with him, or in any way at that point, or he's like didn't talk, or? No. I think like everything is fine. Like, I think he completely understands what he completely understood how I felt. He didn't like. No one really was just like at that point. No one was like, you gotta stay. Everybody understood.
Gotcha.
Everybody kind of just understood, like, oh, like, you know, time's up.
Right. And did you already have the chocolate thing lined up?
No, I had nothing. I had nothing.
lined up.
No, that's kind of my style.
Yeah.
Just like,
See what happens.
just like hope for the best.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Because, you know, like I was just too busy worrying about quitting Enjoy. I wasn't really. I didn't know where I was gonna be, and at that time, I didn't really know if anyone even cared about me anymore. You know, I was just like, maybe someone will pick me up.
Okay.
But
you just felt like it was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing for me to do.
There you go.
Yeah, you know, like it was a choice that I'd been thinking about for a long time. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like a type of guy that just up and quits anything.
Okay.
I have to think about it for like a super long time. And what's funny about that is I don't really think about where I'm going. I just kind of like I just try to like sit with just one thing at a time.
I like that though. You know what I mean? Like, I like going with your gut and doing what you feel without. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just are too scared to take that leap off the.
Yeah,
off the
cliff, I was definitely scared.
You know what I mean?
And it hasn't always worked out. Like, sometimes I've definitely made the wrong choice. But But you know, I feel like that one was the right one.
Yeah.
When you left Enjoy, was that when you were filming for Stay Gold? Was there like? I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to think.
No, it was after that. Stay Gold came out in like I think 2007, and I probably quit like a couple of years after that.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah. That was a good video part too, man.
That was great.
Thanks.
Stay Gold.
Yeah, I wish it was a little longer. Had maybe more tricks, but
dude, that part really showed how hard you like the agony you went through to get those tricks. Like that was pretty emotional almost.
Kelly usually needs a box of tissues anymore. So
I understand. That was Minor. He edited that part too, because if you count the tricks, I only have 15 tricks in that video part.
Yeah, but still.
And he like edited this whole like dramatic.
It's more than Shaney's tricks in Motor Top Running.
Oh, burn!
Wow. And he didn't have the last trick either.
15 tricks though. I mean, still.
And when they all switch.
Yeah, they're all switch.
I remember someone saying that. I'm like, yeah, his tricks are all switch. I'm like, what's wrong with that? That's like insane. These tricks are gnarly.
It's a compliment.
Oh, was someone complaining about it?
Yeah, someone's like, dude, no, he did nothing regular. I'm like, it was just like a local like talk with my friends back home. I'm like, why is that a thing?
You go film a video part with just
all switch. That's like incredible. That's better. Like,
you know what? Before we go to the chocolate thing and everything, tilt mode.
Right.
Great videos and stuff, man.
Yeah.
I wish I think when Mark was here, I told him I felt like that should have become a company. You know what I mean? Like I felt like Tilt Mode could have.
That's pretty much what Enjoy became.
It kind of became Enjoy, yeah.
But you know what I mean? But Tilt Mode.
Yeah. I mean,
I love that shit.
Call Matt Eversole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get him on the phone right now.
Number.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's how I felt as an outsider looking in. So maybe.
Me too. I felt like I was a part of something so special when that was going on. Yeah, we totally understood what was happening because like I think growing up in San Jose or any kind of town that isn't LA,
Right.
in skateboarding, it feels really special when you get recognized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're from Philly or you're from fucking Miami or whatever, and you have a
shine, yeah.
Yeah, if you have a thing going on and like the whole world is watching it, you
sure.
feel like a lot of pride from where you are and what you're doing and who your friends are and all that stuff. So like Tilt Mode was like a really good representation of like our scene, and it just felt so good that everybody was like, this is sick. We all know what this is. We watch these videos. You know what I mean? Like it just felt really good, and it really captured like how we were, and also how different our goals were in skating. You know, because at the time it was like zero videos. You know, zero videos were the fucking shit. Like that was like the watermark of excellence in skating, and then. Like we tried to do something that was kind of the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It was just like a reaction to that type of skating, and it worked, and it like created this whole like genre. You know, like it's not like we were the first people to goof around in a skate video, but I feel like it really created like a kind of like this genre of skating, because like years after that, like I remember watching this Red Dragons video, and it was basically like, oh, like they're kind of doing what we're doing. Like it's just like this. We just goof off and stuff.
Yeah,
that was
I love
awesome.
it. You guys made like what, 3 of them?
We made 3 of them.
3.
Yeah.
Why did you guys stop the Tilt Mode thing? What was behind?
Because
people
like
just move on or something.
Yeah, because it's just like it's a time in people's lives, and then like people's lives change. You know, like a lot of us were like in our 20s, and then some of us went on to do other stuff in skating, and others didn't. You know, like a lot of, because it's a video about friends, and not all your friends are going to be able to go with you to the next level in skating. You know, so they're just going to choose to do other things. So our scene, there was no offspring. You know, like there was no like other new generation to kind of carry on this thing.
Okay.
So, and everybody just started doing other stuff, you know, that just happens. But it's kind of, I mean, in a way, it's kind of nice, because it's just like, it's just this moment in time, and that's it. This moment in time in this place, and that's it.
I love it.
So, because like, you know, when things kind of live too long, sometimes it can become gross, and
and it can dead horse.
Yeah, and it can ruin what you did, you know, if things last too long.
This is why this is our last episode, man. You know,
it's my honor to.
No, but that's great. I mean, it's such a great thing to be a part of and everything. You know.
Oh yeah.
I mean? Like
I love it. I'm so appreciative that I was a part of.
You ever pop in one of those old videos and check it out, watch it or something?
Not really.
No?
Because, I mean, you know, in the state, I don't even have a TV or a VCR or
Jerry,
a DVD player.
No Netflix?
YouTube.
What are you doing?
I mean, I just have a laptop. I mean, but yeah, it's no.
Why no TV? You're not into TV, or
I don't know. Me and my wife just watch things on the computer.
I know that sounds weird. Do you sit in bed and put the laptop between you, and then
how do you do it? We
just
like sit on the couch and then put it on the coffee table. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy. I know everyone's just like, what the fuck? But
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, we're just simple. It's okay. We don't.
They're cheap now.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe the nightclub. Maybe we could buy you a present.
Times are tough. I need another bag of suck to afford a TV.
And I think everyone would like to see that too.
Yeah,
please.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
So no television.
Netflix account?
Of course.
Oh, you do. So
yeah, no.
Hulu?
Yeah.
What?
I'm not an animal. Yeah, I have a Netflix account. Hulu.
17-inch computer, 15-inch. Don't tell me you have a 13-inch.
15.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite show on Netflix right now? What if you're gonna go home right after this and you kiss your wife? Hey, let's watch some TV.
Right now it's the Great British Bake Off. I love that show.
That show's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like baking.
It's just a baking show. It's a baking competition show. It's just in like a beautiful English field, and there's a tent, and then there's like all these. That's where all their stations are, their ovens, all that stuff, and they just, they'll be like, all right, make a. I don't even know what the cakes are called. They're so insane. The things that they make are out of control. It's just like make a.
The weird pastries or whatever.
Oh, so
that are so hard.
So this is like an ongoing elimination. Every week there's somebody that.
I think they're there for like a month, and then like every week like one person leaves.
Well, I gotta check it out. I like cooking shows.
Insane.
It's a good show.
I like cooking. I don't cook.
And the hosts are so amazing. They're like so brutal, but so British and polite at the same time.
I love that. Yeah.
It's amazing. They'll just like tear a person apart, and it's like, oh, thank you.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah,
Oh, so the whole season's already there.
It's
so you don't have
epic.
to wait every week.
it's epic. You
I
gotta
love
watch
Netflix
it.
for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you cook yourself or?
Yeah, I just cook simple things. I made a ratatouille the other night.
What is that? A ratatouille?
It's like French peasant food. It's like a marinara I can't believe we're talking about this. You cook it in a pan, marinara sauce that you make, and then you put sliced vegetables in like kind of like a spiral thing.
Okay, so now we went through the. Let's go back to the skating for chocolate and everything, and then.
What was it like being Chris's like teammate?
It was awkward. Always awkward when we saw each other. No, Chris is awesome. Very funny.
Thanks, man.
Love Chris's sense of humor. That was like the number one thing that I was attracted to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy's funny.
I was told that you
That's why you-
came onto the team because of me.
Who told you that?
Everybody.
Oh.
No, Mark had nothing to do with it.
Not true? No, but it was great. I mean, Jerry Sue's coming on, but I mean, so sick.
How'd they break the
man.
news to you?
No.
You know how they broke it to Chris? They were probably like, hey,
putting
are you
this dude
free?
on.
Are you free Monday? Because we got to film Jerry Sue's intro to Chocolate Part.
Oh, at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
No, that was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gino was there.
Gino
I was
was.
Wow.
I was floored.
Were you really?
Yeah. He was the first person to be like, "Welcome to the family,"
Yeah,
and I was
right.
like,
Was that the first time you met Gino?
"No, I'd
No.
like seen him a couple times before, but Gino's one of those guys like you don't want to bug him.
Yeah.
Like I just like hello, you don't want to be like, so
That back
What even-
three
what
down
even-
Roslyn thing.
yeah,
So,
he's one of those people in skateboarding that you like want to talk to them, of
Yeah.
course, but you also want to leave them alone.
yeah. He looks like he kind of wants to be left alone.
Whether he does or he doesn't, like
He actually
I just
does.
want to respect Gino Iannucci's space.
There you go. So chocolate. How long did you skate for chocolate for?
A couple years.
Couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what? You just decided to break out and do your own thing? What's going on?
I don't know. I just, again, I just kind of reached a point where I felt like it wasn't, it's just not where I belonged. I know it's like so vague, but like you really like, if you've ever been like a sponsored skater and you get to that point, you know what it feels like. You're just,
Okay.
or anything really, like a relationship.
There you go.
You got to break up with a girl and you don't really have the greatest reason.
Yeah.
But you're just like, I don't feel like this is the right path for me. So
Okay.
it was kind of like
You
that.
guys became friends.
Yeah. yeah. Now we're friends.
Well, it's kind of interesting too because a lot of people are on sponsors because there's money involved, but it seemed like that wasn't even an issue to you. You were just like, it's. Well,
No,
that's-
it wasn't really a money ito. I mean, it was just a feeling.
A feeling
thing.
issue.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm filled with feelings. So, and I have to listen to them sometimes.
Now, were you? I probably already know the answer to this, but did you have sci-fi fantasy in mind before you quit?
No, I had an idea to do something just like my own thing.
Okay.
And I was just making it at the end, towards the end. I was just like making it on my own, figuring it out, just how to do it.
Yeah.
And then, but it, I don't even know what it is.
No.
It's just, I just make like hoodies and shirts and
brought
hats
us
and
a
stuff.
nice mug here. What
Yeah.
happened to
Oh, right here. It's right
yeah, there
here.
it is. There it is. Bring that nice mug out here.
Yeah.
We're a mug show. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I made this mug just for fun, just
like it.
in honor of, the Muska.
Muska?
The Muska, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
with Paris Hilton in
Oh, was that Paris
friend?
Hilton?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that. And some other chick. Huh?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's an
Pretty good.
iconic image.
Do you have like
So-
a team or something like
Yeah,
that?
you have nothing. You just kind of are making stuff and
Yeah.
see what goes. Huh?
Yeah, I'm just making it, try to
I
sell
love
it. Just, it's funny, you're around production your whole life
Yeah.
as a sponsored skater or whatever, but you never really like take, it's just,
Are you calling shops trying to sell your stuff?
sure. I mean, shops call me or I'll
Sick.
try to hit people up and just be like, hey, like whatever. But,
yeah.
it's just small, it's mine. And,
I love it.
Yeah. That's it. Like no one can tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. So it's
Are you
just
making
nice.
to make boards or
Maybe.
Can we expect anything?
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I don't know. Maybe one day you'll just you'll just see the stuff I make. I don't know. I really honestly I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to
Trademark it.
I'm just trying. Yeah. Just trying to just do something creative.
I love it.
You know,
yeah.
It's
amazing, dude. Maybe we could do a 9 Club sci-fi. Yeah. Collabo.
Sure. Give me a call.
What would it be, Chris? What would you guys do?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like Jerry's into it, so maybe we'll skip it. No, but it's so. I mean, I think people are just. I'm a big fan. Of you, and I'm stoked to see what you do with this, sci-fi and everything.
Me too.
It's rad.
Yeah. Is this your first time doing something all on your own?
Yes, it is.
Ooh,
it is.
How's that feeling?
Cool, scary, cool,
right.
Expensive. Yeah, all everything. It's awesome. It's just satisfying to make something and then
Is anyone helping you do it?
No, I mean no one's helping me do it other than my friends who I call for advice or some kind of like I have some technical question or something, like how do I do this?
Yeah.
And my friends are very helpful.
Yeah.
They do all this stuff and they're just like, this is how you do it. So I have like a unique access to making all this stuff. So definitely they're helping me.
I love it.
But yeah, it's just me.
You want to split a screen printing machine? Should we go halves on it?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Roger wants to put it in his living room.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marshall.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can come over and print anytime you want.
Thanks.
No, but good luck with that. It's amazing, Jerry.
Thanks.
I wish you the best of success.
Thank you,
know
Chris.
what I mean?
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
sure.
it.
I
honestly.
see feedback Ted wearing it sometimes.
Yeah. I sent it to him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty rad.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can get a box too.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would love to.
That would be
I would
amazing.
love to send you guys a box.
Those look like comfy sweaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, dude, what he's doing on Instagram is so good, dude.
He was out here for a while with like Cameron post Farouche and all that. Remember that Cameron? You weren't really here at the back hot rod days.
No.
Yeah.
Cameron shoots photos now.
Speaking of photos, how was your you loved photography and stuff?
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
I mean, always loved art.
Okay.
Always loved photography, but I think like it was really just being around photographers.
Yeah.
Like being around my friends who shot photos for skating. Being around people like Gabe Morford.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
like just being around all them and Ed Dominic too. He shot photos too. Just like, hey, how do you do this? Like, what's up with this? Like, I was always interested in like the art aspect of it, and I always and I shot photos of my friends. with like my mom's camera, like just us hanging out or whatever. And I knew what I liked, but those types of people being around me, because when you're at a spot and like they're setting up and like you're and they have their own shit that they're into and they're like, yo, you should check this out or whatever. And so knowing because like being a skater, you're exposed to a lot of artistic people
For sure.
So you just meet people and they are like, hey, you like this, like check this out, and then it kind of just leads you down all these roads where you know. So that's kind of how it happened. It was just because I mean every skater wants to record, like that's kind of like a part of what we do. So it was only natural that I like did that, and but I just got way more into it, like in like kind of like an artful way, I guess. But yeah,
it's funny because like when you post photos on your Instagram and stuff, I'm always thinking to myself like, how the hell did he get his camera out so fast to capture that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell are you doing?
It's a combination of luck and just a weird anticipation.
A lot of the photos on your Instagram, are they taken with your iPhone or your camera?
Yeah, like 99% is the phone.
Oh,
I try to
okay.
keep it phone-ish, but if like I'm not really like doing stuff with if there's just like nothing I feel like posting like or if I like get a photo back that I like really like I'll put this up.
Oh yeah.
But it's mostly phone. Yeah.
What are you going to do with the photo? Maybe you have a little show or something?
I'm making a book of cell phone photos from like 2007 to 2012.
Oh, sick.
So like I'm going to do that. But because I used to have this blog and it was just only BlackBerry photos I took with a BlackBerry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm going to turn that into a book.
Dope.
Was that the Table for One?
No, it's called Nazi Gold. But Table for One was this other blog I did about people eating alone. Have you seen it, Chris?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I gotta check this out.
It's just photos of people in restaurants eating by themselves.
I would never do that, by the way. I think
Never
it's
eat
the
by-
weirdest. No, I would never eat by. I would say I always take it to go.
That's like
You got a chopper.
that is exactly the reason.
I think Ty Evans is
I
here.
made it.
Yeah, he's
Oh really?
Yeah, he's getting a shot of the house.
established a shot of the house right now.
Yeah.
What is he? filming little Schmatty push down the street, maybe.
Yeah, probably. No, but Table for One, I don't think
I love Lil Schmatty, by the way. That was not a diss. It was just the name that came to my mind.
Right.
I've been like 66 weeks deep on Lil Schmatty's Instagram. It's
Have
been
you?
like just like wow.
That's-
Like,
His streaks are
Incredible.
gnarly. Yeah.
a
He's-
lot of
Gnarly.
spots. I used to go just hunting for spots on his
Oh, really?
Instagram. Yeah, but
Table for One. I've never.
Oh, Table for One, yeah.
I've never. You
No.
ever eat alone? Do you
all the time. I like it.
Seriously?
But people have this like very insane aversion to it, like you do,
Yeah.
where they feel like it's like shameful or something. Like eating by yourself is like not a thing.
Okay.
You know, and I realized that, and like when I started taking, and I always kind of like would snap a photo because like I always look at people eating like, oh, like that's very sweet. Like
Yeah.
they're just here enjoying themselves by themselves, and you know they're
And they have
reading
no friends.
reading a book and like whatever. But yeah, like it's funny because like the people kind of like automatically assume that there's not anywhere better for them to be, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. That's a very strong assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made the blog and like and I would just post them. No white background, no captions, nothing, just the photo. So there's no
Okay.
no context into my perspective.
Got you.
And there was a function on the blog where you can write in, and people would write in and be like, "This is fucked. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you mocking these people?" And I always thought that
Oh,
was very
wow.
strange because like, why would you assume that?
Yeah.
You know, and people have a very
You're
emotional.
not writing captions for it at all.
Nothing.
Making fun of them, yeah.
I would never. Nothing. The blog was called Table for One. It's just people by themselves. Nothing. There was no my opinions were never inserted into
Right.
the imagery or whatever, or the blog or whatever. And I realized after doing it, like, oh wow, like this creates like an emotional response in people, women especially, because especially in America, like women are, you know, there's a stigma against women about being by themselves.
Okay,
You know, just
yeah.
like a woman by themselves, like doing shit by themselves, whatever. And that sucks. And I think like it shouldn't really be like that, but it exists.
Right.
Because like if you go to like Europe, Asia, wherever, the shit is everywhere and no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
everyone is just minding their own business. Like I gotta fucking eat. I
Yeah.
gotta go eat. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do whatever.
Right, I'm on my lunch
But
break.
here everyone is just like, no, never. I
Dude,
would not. You know, I showed the blog to my friend who's female, and she was just like, wow, I would never do that. I would die
I'm
before
the
I ate
same
a restaurant.
way.
And I always thought that was very fascinating. Like that mentality is very interesting to me. And I was like, damn, like I really struck a chord with this blog. And like, it's just weird that people hate it so much. And I'm not making fun of them at all. I'm just sort of making this observation.
It is awkward eating by yourself.
Bro,
It can be.
I eat by
No, it
myself
can-
all the time.
I was waiting for Raj and our buddy to show up at a restaurant today, and I was sitting at the table by myself, and I felt weird for only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I felt very uncomfortable.
It tweaks
I felt like
people
people
out.
were looking at me like, what is this guy? He's sitting at a table,
Table for four, yeah.
4-person table
Yeah.
by himself.
It causes people a lot of anxiety,
It's-
and
I
I
gotta-
find
I-
that I find that so interesting. Like, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Like,
I was uncomfortable.
it's very
today.
interesting. People like, you know, some people would write in and be like, "This is great," you know,
Yeah.
like this is cool, like that you're doing this.
Right.
Other people would just be like, "You're a monster."
For taking a photo of a one person. It's
and
insane.
yeah, and there was I never.
But they're all
made fun
like
of them.
candid shots too, so it's probably why it's like
Yeah, I mean,
monsters like that.
people are sensitive to
Yeah.
you know
Right.
having their photo taken.
Did you say you made that into a book, or that was just the blog?
That was just a blog.
Okay.
That-
I
yeah.
gotta check. Is it still live?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
you
check
can look at it. Yeah.
I have a table for one. And then you said you're going to do a book with maybe your photos now. Is that what you were saying?
Well, I made this other blog that I did called Nazi Gold. It was just all cell phone photos from a BlackBerry. And
Oh, that's right, yeah, yeah.
And
Right.
they're all like the style of my Instagram, like that type of photography.
Okay.
Just like really quick, you know, everyday mundane shit.
Yeah.
But there's like maybe like a little funny like one-liner in there or something. But yeah, I'm gonna take those and make a book of it because there's
Dope.
like thousands of them.
I love it,
but
man.
yeah.
Available on Amazon maybe, or just on the sci-fi website?
Well, hopefully somewhere other than the sci-fi website.
Okay.
But yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Audible. Put it on.
Yeah, my photo book will be available on Audible.
book on tape.
Why not, Jerry, man? You know, change the way people read or hear
And see.
and see.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask something about because you've been on a lot of companies with Mark, and like, how were you ever like frustrated when he was like he would quit and then you went somewhere, and then you went with him, and then he quit, and then you
feel
went
like
somewhere with
you're
him.
constantly chasing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like a joke, I guess. That's definitely something like when Mark quit chocolate, I got a lot of comments.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, oh, look what it happened again. Which is true, but I don't hold anything against Mark at all.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
Yeah.
Mark's his own man. He's got to do the shit that he's got to do. And like I think like I've wanted to be a part of the things that he's wanted to be a part of, and he's but he's still got to do his thing, you know? He's not trying to hold my hand.
Right.
So I have no hard feelings ever.
Yeah.
But it definitely got awkward by like the third time.
Dude, what the fuck, dude?
I'm like, damn. But yeah.
Have you ever received a box from Osiris that you were psyched on?
Most of the things that I got from Osiris that I was psyched on came in envelopes. No.
With numbers on?
Yeah. There was cool stuff. There was cool stuff that came. I mean, like.
Did you ever rock the Smolik athletic gear?
Oh yeah, there's definitely footage of me in the Smolik shoes.
That's what you did the fucking storm flip in those shoes.
K Fatty's correct. That is the shoe that I did that trick in.
You see what I'm sitting in between? It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you need this.
Do I
No,
actually?
you
Do I
don't.
really?
No, yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah, for the show, but in real life, no.
Yeah.
You did a storm flip in the Smolix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cargo shorts.
And like high socks.
Yeah, and like high white socks.
And that was literally the only video except that storm flip. That was, I mean, otherwise you did it for fun at
It's just like
spots.
goof off stuff. Yeah. It was the only like real video that it was
so
in.
funny.
It is out of control.
I trip on stuff like that because
I trip on it harder. I guarantee it.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, because like at the switch flip Manny, it's like anytime somebody does a trick on the stage now, guess who's getting tagged in every fucking clip on Instagram? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just funny how one thing can turn into a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
just eat you away every single time. Every tag, you're just like.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. No, this has been great, dude. This is incredible, dude. Is there anything else we need to talk about with Mr. Jerry Sue?
I don't know. Let me know. I'm free for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah, you got nothing to do.
I cleared it out for you guys.
I like that. Dude.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? When Nigel was here, he double booked. He had a party to go to.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What kind of party?
Felipe's birthday party.
Felipe Gustavo?
Yeah. Were you at his party?
No, I wasn't invited.
No.
I wasn't invited to Felipe's.
You don't seem like a guy that goes to a club, really.
No, was it at a club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not a
really
club guy?
No, my brother kind of is though,
Oh.
which is kind of strange.
Okay.
One time I went to meet him in Santa Monica at this club.
Club in Santa Monica.
I don't know.
Yeah,
The bungalow or something?
I don't know where it was
yeah.
or whatever, but it was just all black and Asian people.
Oh.
And I like walked in there and it was dark. The lights were like, music loud. It was like very crowded and it was only like black kids and Asian kids.
Okay.
And I'm in there and I'm like trying to look for my brother. And I seriously think like every Asian guy is my brother. I like really was so confused. I was like, hey, and then like it made me feel like I was white. Just like every single guy in here looks like my brother. Eventually, I found him.
You found him?
Yeah, actually, I think he found me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry,
find
you
him.
look confused.
Yeah.
What's going on? No, man, Jerry Sue. We could talk all night, man.
Do you usually go to bars? Is that like your thing? Or?
Yeah, I like bars. I like dive bars. I
Yeah?
like just like a fucking shitty bar. I love
Okay.
it. Shitty bar with a pool table.
Yeah. You a pool player?
No, but I mean,
No.
like, it's just like a fun thing to do.
Yeah. What do you do for the, like, if you like pool, ping pong, darts? Is there anything that you like
At a
doing?
bar?
In general. Like, if
What?
we had a ping pong table here, would you get down on the ping pong?
Maybe.
Yeah?
I don't know. My dad was good at ping pong. He has trophies from college.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah.
I entered a ping pong tournament one time.
Really? How'd you do?
I got smoked by like a 70-year-old lady.
Wow.
I
That
didn't even get
hurts.
a point on her.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Dude, this is funny.
She was doing spins, not the ball, her body. She was hitting the ball and spinning around and then hitting when I returned
Wow.
it, I'm pretty good at ping pong.
She just fuck with you. Huh?
She smoked
She
me.
burned you.
Yeah.
Right.
Never went back to that tournament. They every weekend they would have it at SMC.
What?
I'm sorry about that, Chris. That sounds
It hurt.
like a traumatic.
Well, you know when
experience.
you go into something and you're like, oh, I'm pretty good. I'm like decent player.
Yeah.
You know.
That's like every contest I've ever entered. Like, I'm pretty good. I think I could do okay. And then when they call your name,
Not so much.
I've only been in like 3 contests.
Which ones?
Tampa Am 98,
How was that?
76th place.
We might have been at the same Tampa Am.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Wow.
I got 77th place. It was horrible.
Yeah, Mickey Reyes put me on Thunder at that contest. It was sick. He was just like, "Yo, Jerry, you got a truck sponsor?" And I'm like, and I was riding Thunders. And I was like, "No." He's like, "You do now."
No way.
I was like,
That's right.
"Damn."
Never happened
Sick.
to me at Tampa Am.
You didn't get on
didn't
Gullwing
kill
or
a
anything?
Nothing.
No, contests are I'm so terrible at them.
Now, why is it the crowd? Is it all eyes on you?
Everything.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, everything. It's most people's worst nightmare
It's
to
mine.
be in that position. You know, like every eye on you. Perform.
I feel like nowadays kids like thrive on it. Like it's the
Yeah.
part of the thing. You know, it's really bizarre.
There are the guys who got it, and then there's the guys who don't. You know,
Yeah.
like most. I think like most kids today, they couldn't handle it. But then there's just those some,
Yeah.
and they just like crush it.
Do you like watching contests? Like
Not-
Tampa just passed. Did you watch that?
Not particularly. Like I'll watch I'll watch stuff like if there's like a montage or like a best of or like this is the best run or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll watch that shit. That looks like, but I'm not gonna like sit and watch it. You know,
Yeah,
like contests are just like not my thing. Even though I really respect what those dudes do. Like wow, psychotic.
It's insane.
But it's just not my style of skating. Like I don't really care about it.
What about
honestly.
like demos and stuff? Do you still get like
Demos
You
are
still-
mellower.
Yeah?
Demos are mellower because like the whole team's with you.
Right.
Like you're not alone.
Yeah.
When it gets down to you though, like that sucks. Yeah. Like I've been at demos where like
That's when you can start the product toss.
yeah, that's
what the
yeah.
fucking product toss going on?
Yeah, totally. I've definitely been like the last person skating
Why?
and then like not landed the trick because I'm just like trying
You're
something.
trying-
Stubby toe.
I'm just like
oh.
trying some shit and then like I'm the last one and it's just so brutal. Every attempt is just like, and then sometimes people will start doing like a Jerry chant, like Jerry Springer.
Oh no.
Oh my God, that only compound. Heath used to do that when
Yeah.
he was the team manager of America, and he would even do it when he rode for America. But like, he would start that chant, and I would have to tell everybody like, no, like don't, you know.
What was it like having Heath as a team manager?
Amazing. It was so cool. Like, I don't know, like he was just because he knows how shit works.
Right.
He knows what we want. Like it's just like you know, because sometimes the team manager can be very out of touch
Yeah.
with what you want and what the skaters want.
Right.
So like having a person like Heath who is like kind of the most bare bones like skater, just be
He
like
doesn't want to be bothered.
yeah, like like if the shop is trying to pull some like crazy shit, he'll just be like, yo, they're not gonna be into that. They're not into this. We're leaving. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's time to go. You know what I mean? Like he'll call the shots that we want to call, but we kind of can't,
Right.
Because we don't want to look like assholes. He'll do it.
Yeah.
So he was like very good at that. And you know, and during the demos, sometimes he would just do the demo for us.
That's sick.
Great team manager. When the team manager do the demo for you,
Sam Smythe ain't never done a demo for me.
yeah,
Fuck.
it's great. And it also wasn't, and it's not like that kind of like do the demo for you where you're like, oh, like Showboaty was not like that.
Right.
You know, Heath is not like that at all.
Yeah.
You know, you have some team manager guys who try to, you know, they kind of think they're on the team.
We got to get his Heath on the show, man.
Yeah.
Do you think he would ever come and sit down in that chair, Heath Kirchart?
I mean, he's surprised me a lot in the last few
Yeah?
years, so maybe.
Okay.
When his Epically Later came out, I was like, wow. Like,
You didn't think he would do an epically later?
no, he doesn't like
We got to catch him on a good day. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta,
Okay.
yeah. But he would, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's surprised me a lot. He's changed a lot in like the last like 10 years.
Birdhouse video, man. Remember when he was doing the fire with Jeremy Klein?
When they were running
Sure
suits.
Yeah, jumping off the bridge and stuff. It was great.
I've always loved Heath.
Yeah.
One of the first videos I ever saw was Tentacles of Destruction. Wow.
Yeah.
I watched that video like 6 million times.
One of my favorites. Heath Kirchart. And Jerry Sue. One of my favorites too. You know?
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Oh, yeah. Large? Size large?
Mm,
Jerry?
that is correct.
How many followers you got on Instagram? Huh? About $1 million?
Million two,
Million
something
two?
like that.
Okay. Here's a 9 Club shirt. Throw that on your gram.
All right.
Here's
Cool.
and a mug too.
Oh,
we'll do a little
thank you.
swap.
Thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Little 9 Club mug. I figured black. I figured you like black.
It's safe.
Love black.
Yeah.
Love
It's
black.
slimming.
Black slimming.
Yeah.
How much you weigh, Jerry? 145, 150?
I think 150.
150.
Yeah.
I'm a good judge of weight. You know what I mean? It's
You got
Kelly
great-
192.
I'm
Is that-
fat, dude. Remember? K fat.
Raj, Raj about 180, man, 182. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
185, I think.
185.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the point where Jerry, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
What size board do you ride?
8.25.
8.25.
Yeah. That's a popular
Oh,
question
that's
among children.
You like the shovel nose or?
How many stairs can you ollie? How many boards?
That's like actually a good question. I have no idea what are the largest amount of stairs. I've
Okay,
ever
let me
gone.
ask you a question. Do you, when you're gonna go to the nollie back heel, you don't ollie it first?
Didn't ollie it.
Right. Isn't that weird? I always
That's
find
actually the. If I had ollied that would be the biggest
The
thing
biggest
I've ever
thing?
ollied.
Yeah?
Yeah, which is weird, but I just can't like waste my time with an ollie.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like,
Who wants the ollie shit?
Andrew, he always ollies the set first.
Oh, does he?
I mean, that's just
Gotta
part of
fill
it.
it out, yeah.
Yeah, it's his ritual, and that's just part of his ritual to get him
Interesting.
prepared and psyched.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna like chuck my carcass down this
Do you
thing.
think he ollied the what is that big, the Davis
Davis
gap?
gap?
Yeah. Do you think did he ollie the Davis gap before he
That's
did?
actually a good question. I don't know if he ollied that.
Yeah.
But like, normally,
Normally.
like if he's gonna like half cab flip some stairs, like he'll ollie like a bunch of times. But if I
What
don't
about
know.
the set in Paris? The one, what's it called? The
Bercy?
Bercy.
Yeah.
That's like a nice situation. Smooth
Yeah, it's really
ground.
good. It's
He
really
ollied
nice.
that in like the feedback video as actual trick, and then he went back and kickflipped it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I
way
don't remember
later.
that.
I think. Yeah.
Listen,
Shoot
man,
over
Jerry,
there.
we could sit here all night. I love just bullshitting with you because
I
you're
love it
great.
too, Chris.
You're a great dude, man. Super funny.
Likewise, you're
Thank you.
very funny.
Thank you. Anyway, well, listen, Jerry, we don't want to keep you here all night, man. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
we do.
stopping by, dude.
Dude, my pleasure. It was fun.
Please come back.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime you guys want to talk
we would love
or
that.
like just know what's up.
Yeah, Jerry, dude, thank you so much for it. You're the man.
Hey, thank you guys.
Good luck with everything you're doing.
Likewise.
Big fan.
Yeah, keep it going.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took me this long to get on the podcast.
No worries.
It's
Yeah,
amazing you
but I
came.
just-
Thanks. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to,
A lot of skaters
One-
out there.
I just wanted to see if I made it past 80 episodes. And I was like, I'll do it. I'll do it if
We're
they
here,
do it past
man.
80.
We're here.
You got an Apple Watch?
I do.
Damn, how's that thing going?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. Do you frown upon them or do you not
I'm
care?
completely ambivalent. I don't, I'm just like, whatever. It's cool.
The only reason I like it is I don't have to keep grabbing my phone every time I get like a text or an email or a tweet,
Just go this.
Yeah, just gonna look and see what's going on.
Mhm.
Oh, Jerry texts me he's gonna be late.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out every time you do that.
Yeah, every time. See?
Or like, oh,
Yeah.
someone just did a trick on the stage.
You two are amazing.
Nick Tucker just smashed another manual trick. Shit.